Hi diddly ho, neighbourinos.
Hello, we're back again.
And we're better than ever. Oh, Jesus Christ, guys. It's so good to be back once again.
Once again, it's good to be back. I'd like to say it's been a while. It's been a while since we released a podcast. It's not been a while since we recorded.
It's been about a week since we recorded.
It has.
So, just a quick, just a rundown of what we're going to do today. We're going to give you a good bit of public natter because it's been a little while. We've got some shit to catch up on. Yeah. But we are going to be reviewing Stark Raving Dad. Now, I know what you're thinking. Where the fuck have these guys been? Well, we'll explain that in public natter. But you're also probably thinking, why are they reviewing Stark Raving Dad when they said they were going to be reviewing Blood Feud?
We've missed an episode, haven't we?
And there's a reason for that, isn't there, Gambosaurus?
There's a good reason for it. Me and Zach, about a week ago, recorded the third Blood Feud.
The third take of Blood Feud.
The third take of Blood Feud, for various technological reasons. The third take of Blood Feud. We finally recorded it. It was a really good one.
It's one of the best podcasts we've ever done.
Yeah, we'd had a really good time recording it. We were glad to be back. And the second we finished the recording, it dawned upon us that the recording had been lost.
It hadn't just been lost. It just didn't
save. It never saved.
It recorded, but it didn't save.
It recorded and didn't save, so we're obviously very mad about that. So we've decided, that's the third time now we've tried to record that episode. We've decided to give it a swerve for the time being because it's just cursed.
So we will be giving you Blood Feud in the future. We're not quite sure when. Maybe in September when we go back up. To Sheffield and that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. When we feel like giving you Blood Feud, we'll give you Blood Feud. But right now, we can't be arsed with
it. in all honesty, we just had enough of it.
If it was an episode like Marge versus the Monorail, or I don't know, You Only Move Twice, it'd be different. But it's not. It's Blood Feud, very, very good episode, but not quite. It doesn't quite warrant as recording 4 times for it.
It got a bit ridiculous towards the end.
It got ridiculously ridiculous towards the end.
So here we are.
Here we are for Stark Raving Dad. How are you, Gambo?
I'm well. I'd start to say I'm very well, but I'm just recovered from one of the worst colds I've ever had.
I'm talking quite loud in this podcast that people can probably hear that I'm talking a bit louder than usual because Gambo here can't hear.
No. I've got a problem in both my ears, I found out this morning. I've been to the doctors. My ears have been blocked all week. I've asked people to repeat themselves at work up for the whole week. It's not been very nice.
We've both had a bit of a rough couple of weeks.
We've had a shit time, really, haven't we?
But we'll start off with we can start off with a little bit of public natter with the illness story since we've gone that way anyway. The other week, me and Gambo, about 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Just less than 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks
we had a party, as you know, me and Gambosaurus, we do kids' parties, repping Razzle Dazzle Discos.
Razzle Dazzle Discos, there you go.
We do kids' parties in Sheffield and around. So we had a party and we both woke up and we've both been ill, haven't we? Like, you've been ill and then I got ill like 2 days before. I thought, oh no, I'm not going, because we had a night out in Sheffield that night as well.
So we're going up to the disco on the Saturday in the afternoon. Then we were driving.
We started in the morning.
Started in the morning.
8:30 in the morning.
We left at Leicester at 8:30 in the morning. Drove the equipment down. Did the 2-hour party. Drove back. Got home for about 4:30. Got straight to the train station for about 6. Mm-hmm. Got the train down. Train was delayed.
Of course it was.
Finally got to Sheffield about 7:30. Then we went on a night out. Got back about 4. And I got 20 minutes sleep that night. So it wasn't the best journey home the next day on Sunday morning. But
it was funny though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was funny looking back on it. And yeah, here we are. Yeah,
so we've both been ill. It's been a bit of not the best time for us.
No.
Has it?
Just checking we're still recording. Yes, we are.
Yeah, you always got to check that bastard nowadays. So, yeah, it's not been the best of weeks for us, but obviously I lost my voice, which is another reason why we couldn't record. So it would have been just over 2 weeks ago we last recorded, because it was not long before the illness kicked in.
It's been nice to see everyone over the last couple of months asking us where we are on the Facebook page, which is nice to see.
Yeah,
so thanks to you guys if you've done that, and thanks if you are from the original podcast. Thanks for sticking with us.
So as I mentioned on a post on the Facebook page, I lost my voice. It's coming back now, but I still can't quite hit the high notes.
Yeah.
it's really upsetting, to be honest, because I like singing.
Especially with this episode as well.
With this episode as well, where I can't like. See, it's not
quite the same, is it?
It just doesn't come out no matter how much I try. But without further ado, let's get on to the episode.
Yeah, let's get
What did you think of this episode, Gambo?
Obviously, this is an interesting one because it's been one
that's controversial.
Been controversial. It's been taken out of. Now, if I owned a TV channel in this day and age, I can see why they've done it.
Yes.
I can see why they've taken it out of circulation.
I'm not talk about that a bit more later.
Yeah, I mean, so it's an interesting episode. Did really enjoy it, but I couldn't really get all the scandal and everything out of my head whilst I was watching it, and that's probably wrong, but that's just how I felt. But I still enjoyed the episode. Some great comedy moments in it. But it was always in the back of my mind when I was watching the episode. What about you, mate?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
At times I did find it a tad creepy, and I didn't in the past. That's probably because of things that have come to light.
Yeah, well, these things came to light like what are we in now? 2020, so almost 30 years ago.
Yeah, I think it just kept a lot more people came out with it a while ago. I mean, it's a difficult one, isn't it? But it's just it's good. This episode's now always going to have that baggage to it now.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, the things that happened. You can't discredit the impact that Michael Jackson had.
No.
On the music industry. I'm not a massive fan of Michael. I'd really like some of his songs, but I'm not a fan of Michael Jackson by any stretch. And even on this episode, there were some points in this episode where he had a really funny moment at one point where, but it's. You know, it is what it is. It's a good episode. It's a well-written episode.
It is very well written. There was
going to be a sequel to this episode. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were going to do a sequel to this episode. Fuck, Zach. Hey, it's back for the 411 folks. We are back. Zach can't speak. Zach's stumbling over his words. We're in the car.
We're in the original studio.
We are. But we have the windows down. Well, the windows up because it's fucking freezing.
To put it, it's not like it's summertime and we're sweating our tits off in here now, is it?
No. Anyway, yeah, that was last time they heard from us. It was summertime. It was August.
Oh.
5 months ago. Anyway, yeah. What was I saying? Oh, sequel episode.
Yes.
They were going to do a sequel to this episode. It was a bit later on, where Leon Kompowski came back, but he was going to be voiced by Prince.
Oh, really?
They'd written the episode. It was going to be. He convinced Springfield to be open and free with their sexual lives.
Right.
And the episode was written and everything, but Prince turned it down.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember hearing that Michael Jackson was really keen to.
Yeah, he was a big fan of Bart Simpson, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a big fan of Bart because he did do the Bartman, didn't he? He produced that.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's move on.
Let's just move on, mate. Let's not dwell on this. Let's not dwell on this anymore. Guys, just to clarify, I'm laughing at the way Zach looked at me then. That's the one I'm laughing at. It was a... Oh. So, right, straight into the episode. Lisa goes up and wakes up Bart, doesn't she? At 6 a.m. in the morning. I can't believe it. Okay.
So,
oh God, guys! If we had a camera on this podcast, you saw the way Zach looked at me. Then you two would be laughing.
Okay. Anyway, so right. So with
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. You do it. You do. I need a minute.
So Lisa wakes up Bart. This is like them fucking bloopers, I'm telling you. They're laughing now for the sake of it. Right, Lisa wakes up Bart in the morning.
It's a birthday soon.
It's a birthday coming up. This is a bit of a Lisa stop it for me, I'm sorry. I feel like she's being a bit of a bitch here.
Mm-hmm.
Wakes up Bart, it's 6 a.m. There's not really any reason to do it, is there? Let's be fair.
No.
There's not really any reason to wake him up. And she goes, Bart, 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 and says that something's wrong. Bart wakes up and his immediate reaction is, is Dad dead? And she goes, no, he's fine. And he just goes,
well, what do you know? I'm really...
Yeah. Classic Bart. Bit tight, but classic
There was a
Bart.
really good moment there. It was really funny, yeah.
She goes, my birthday's in 2 days, I'll be 8 years old. It's a big number, almost double digits. And then Bart goes, enjoy it while you can. Everything changes when you hit the big 1-0. Your legs go, candy doesn't taste so good. And she goes, Bart, will you please let me pour my little heart out? Oh, she just, oh.
No, see, that wasn't a Lisa Stop It moment for me. There is one later on.
I've got a lower threshold for you for these, I feel. And she goes, I do so much for you and you have disappointed me on all my birthdays. Oh.
Bart says, sorry, this old timer does ramble on sometimes, don't he?
Yeah. And we cut down to Bart eating breakfast, and he's eating his Crustios.
Yeah, he's eating his Crustios.
And he sees the little notice on the back of the cereal box telling him to ring
the Krusty hotline.
Ring the Krusty hotline, which is one of these hotlines where it's a bit of a rip-off in it, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Rings him up. Krusty's on the other end of the phone.
Ooh, free sex chat.
Yeah. Hey kids, if you've reached the Krusty hotline, if you haven't asked your parents' permission, naughty, but Krusty forgives you. $2 for the first minute, 50 cents for each additional minute. Thanks for calling, kids. And then it's just like a solid 10 seconds in it. A solid 10 seconds in him laughing. And when he's finished, just goes, thanks for calling, kids. A new message every day. So yeah. And then Homer comes down, he's panicking because someone stole his t-shirt.
Yeah, he can't find his teeth, but they're in the wash.
Yeah, turns out it's turned pink.
Yeah, they've all turned pink.
They've all turned pink because Bart tried to wash his hat, his red hat. And if Bart gets it out, he goes, "Oh, my lucky red hat!" And then in the washing basket is Bart's hat that's intact, and all of the washing is just like bright pink.
Yeah, it's the Marge. I can't wear a pink shirt to work. Everybody wears white shirts. I'm not popular enough to be different.
Yeah. And then Marge basically persuades him to go in with it. Says,
yeah, because Homer's strangling the good old classic.
Yeah, Homer's really pissed off with Bart. Marge persuades him to go into work, even though he's so worried about this pink shirt. And then we cut to a scene when Burns and Smithers are looking on their CCTV screens, and everyone's marching in like out of some film or something. Everyone's marching in.
Yep.
Everyone's in white shirts, and then there's Homer in the middle with it in pink shirt, and Burns goes, wait a minute, go back, zoom in. Why is that man in pink? And then Smithers says, oh, that's Homer Simpson.
One of your boobs from Sector 7G.
And then Smithers Burns goes, judging by his outlandish attire, he's some sort of free-thinking anarchist. He gets Smithers to call security, and this is a good Burns moment here. Yes, these colour monitors have already paid for themselves.
And this is in 1991, where colour TVs have been around for...
50 years.
No, not colour TVs.
Colour cinema was, because Wizard of Oz was
around.
Oh
yeah, colour cinema was. Yeah, colour cinema was a new thing in the 30s.
Yeah.
But actual colour TVs, they started coming in around... Well, they were still using black and white TVs in the 50s.
Yeah.
So maybe 60s.
Yeah. For a while anyway, they've been around for.
Yeah, at least 20, 30 years.
Yeah. Lenny and Carl are taking the piss out of him, ain't they?
Yes. Here, though, Lenny and Carl are taking the piss out of him, but Carl always wears a pink shirt underneath his jacket. This is the one episode where he doesn't.
Really?
Well, not one episode, because he wears shirt sometimes. But he always wears like the brown jacket with like the white pink jumper underneath.
Bastard. What a bastard. And yeah, they're just teasing him really and going, Homer, we saved you a donut, it has pink frosting.
Yeah, great moment.
Hey, wait a minute, just because I'm wearing pink doesn't mean I'm some kind of pink donut eater. Although it is tempting. And then Burns sends for security to come and get him, don't they?
Yes, and they get him. Smithers notes that the body cavity search turns up nothing, nor did the X-rays, and Burns tries to turn it on Smithers.
Yeah.
It's a great moment here. For his penchant for bell-bottom trousers. And Smithers notes that tells him that it was for the company performance of the HMS Pinafore, and Burns says, "Oh yes, your spirited hornpipes stole the show, as I recall."
I wish I could have saw it. As soon as I heard it, I thought, I wish I could see this. And they draft Marvin Monroe in, don't they?
Yes.
And I'd forgotten Marvin Monroe was in this episode.
Yeah, I had as well. He was only in for this moment.
But every Marvin Monroe appearance is significant though, with the amount of... We didn't have many at all, did it? Until they discontinued him.
Yeah, they discontinued him, but then they brought him back again.
Weird, weren't it?
Yeah.
And then he goes, it gives him a Marvin Monroe take-home personality test, and he says, it used to be that establishing a sound... I'm not even going to try the Marvin Monroe voice, because at this stage...
Hang on, let's give it a go.
Oh,
I don't know how it's going to go, because of the state of my throat at the minute. Well, Monty, it used to be that established... That's more like Carl, like the... Homer's assistant. No, let's just leave it.
It used to be that establishing sanity took months. That's all changed thanks to the Marvin Monroe take-home personality test. That will determine just how crazy someone is. And then Homer looks at it and just goes, "Oh, print name."
That's a great
That's
movie.
classic Homer there. And he goes home to do the test and tries to get Marge to do it in the first place, don't he?
Yeah.
Honey, do me a favour, fill out this form. Homer, this is an intimate psychological profile. I can't fill this out for you. And he goes to Lisa, don't he? This was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
This is brilliant. Okay, I'll get Lisa to do it. Lisa, you like homework. Could you fill out this form? Well, all right, Dad, if you listen to my poem. Don't! Okay. This is Meditations on Turning 8 by Lisa Simpson. I had a cat named Snowball. She died. Mum said she was sleeping. She lied. Why, oh why is my cat dead? Couldn't that Chrysler hit me instead? I had a hamster named Snuffy. He died. And then Homer just interrupts and goes, No deal. Lisa's just whining, ain't she?
Oh, she isn't she?
And then pets die, Lisa. It's sad.
No, but the thing is not even the fact that the pet's died. It's the fact that she's doing it because she's turning 8.
It's got nothing to do. Yeah.
What? Like, you're turning 8, Doug? Come on. Like, you know, when I was growing up for my 8th birthday, I was fucking excited. And do you know why?
Yeah.
Because it was my birthday.
Yeah.
And when you're a kid, you're excited for your birthday. You ain't reminiscing about your dead pets.
Lisa fucking is.
Silly fucking cat.
What I did like from that scene, though, is as she gets midway through the poem, Homer's facial expression, you see it change into the I can't even explain it, but like the piss cheesed off grumpy, Homer, which I really enjoyed.
Lisa, stop it.
Oh, that feels good. So we get Bart and Homer watching TV. So obviously, Homer's last resort is Bart to fill out the questionnaire. And he goes up to him and tries to.
Homer's watching TV and Bart's filling it out for him.
Yeah.
And Bart says, Dad, maybe you should do this. And Homer says, Son, it's no different than the time I let you vote for me. Remember that absentee ballad? And
then Bart fills it all out for him, asking him the questions.
We get the America's Funniest Home Videos or whatever.
Oh, yes.
Our 50,000 home video finalists are Man Breaking Hip. And you get like the sound of the bowling pins.
Yeah, the fact that you don't see it. The fact that you don't see it as well.
And Homer's laughing. And then the announcer, Dog on Fire. And it's, Ruff, anybody order a hot dog? And Homer starts laughing like hysterically. Oh, look at him. And finally...
This is the best one.
Baby with a nail gun. Okay, it's time to cast your votes now. Dog on fire!
And whilst he's watching TV, Bart's asking him all the questions for the test, isn't he?
Yeah.
Dad, are you quick to anger? Bart, shut up, or I'll shut you up. Yes. Do you wet your pants? Even the best of us has an occasional accident. So Bart just goes down ticking all the boxes. Yes, don't he?
Yes.
So at the plant, it turns out he didn't pass the test.
Yes. So did I pass? No. And
the Smithers just goes, and it gets taken away. Homer gets taken away to this mental institute, and Smithers just goes, "Careful, men, he wets his pants."
He gets carted off to what's the name? I've got it written down here. The New Bedlam Rest Home for the Emotionally Interesting.
Yeah.
He's given a what's it called? A Rorschach? I don't know how to spell the ink block test anyway.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how to say it, but he shows Homer all of these pictures, the ink blots. And it's a devil with his fly open. Right. That's a spill on the floor with bugs going after it. They're going to eat it. Good. And he shows another one. It looks like Bart, and he snaps the boy. And they have to the orderlies have to restrain him.
Yeah.
He said, "This isn't fair. How can you tell who's sane and who's insane?"
We have a very simple method. It just stamps his hand insane. And the guy goes, whoever has this stamp on his hand is insane. And he ends up in the cell. This is when he ends up in the cell with
Leon.
Yeah, Leon Kompovsky in the cell with him. Obviously, Leon says he's Michael Jackson.
I'm Michael Jackson from the Jacksons.
From the Jacksons. Oh.
I'm Homer Simpson from The Simpsons.
Yeah, and they have a little. They got on quite well, don't they?
End of Act 1 there.
Sorry.
End of Act 1 there.
Yeah.
And then for start of Act 2, we've got Leon and Homer getting to know each other.
Yeah.
So we'd say Michael and Homer. Michael and Homer getting to know each other. Yes. We missed the orderlies as they put him in with the big white guy.
Oh,
the
yeah.
little black guy. Michael's saying, "I can't believe you haven't heard of me. I'm a very popular entertainer."
This is disturbing me.
I'm going to keep doing it then. It doesn't even sound good. It's because it's disturbing you. I'm going to keep going. "Oh, of course I've heard of you. I mean, you'd have to be living under a rock not to know." What'd you say your name was? Michael Jackson.
Yeah, so they got on quite well. He teaches him how to moonwalk.
Yeah, we've got he does that. "Billie Jean is not my lover. It's just a girl thinks that I am the one." And he's doing the moonwalk. He teaches Homer how to do the moonwalk. He says, "How'd you do that thing with your feet?" "The moonwalk?" "No, that thing with your feet."
Yeah, he's they're getting on fairly well.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Bart and Lisa are at home.
Leon says to Homer, "You seem like a nice guy. Why did you put
Oh,
you in
yes.
here?" Homer says, "Because I wore a pink shirt." Leon says, "I understand. People thought I was crazy for the way I dressed. What'd you wear? One white glove covered with rhinestones." And Homer does it.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're both hitting it off. Back at the Simpsons' house, Bart and Lisa watches Hitchin' Scratchy. The episode's called "Bang the Cat Slowly."
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it's a reference to "Bang the Drum Slowly."
Yeah. And then Lisa goes, "In a split second before he died, I bet Scratchy appreciated his birthday present."
"Lisa!
Stop it! She's being a twat now, ain't she?
Fishing.
She's fishing, yeah.
Fishing.
And then Lisa goes, "Do you see how this relates to us?" And Bart goes, "You want that once a year empty gesture? You got it."
And then Michael shows Homer around the asylum.
Beats all the people, don't
We
it?
get like a pan shot or
Yeah.
a slide shot of everyone in the thing. We've got like them playing poker and shit like that, which I think is a reference to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's. Have you seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
I've not
Nest?
seen it, no.
I know I've told you to watch a lot of films, but One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest I definitely think you should
Really?
watch. It's like one of, in my opinion, it's one of Jack Nicholson's best films.
How old is it?
So good. 75.
75.
Yeah. We get like Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, yeah.
And the like the stretcher thing. You seen Silence of the Lambs?
No, my mum went. Another one my dad get. They never told me to watch that one.
Yeah, very good. Very, very good. Yeah, so Michael's showing Homer around the insane asylum. He introduces him to Floyd, who can multiply any numbers in his head just like that. Homer gives him 5 times 9, 45. Wow.
Yeah. This next bit I liked. And they introduces this other guy.
Chief.
This guy's the chief. He's been here since 1968. Never says a word. Homer goes up to him. "Hey, chief." "Hello." And all these doctors come swarming around, frantically taking notes down.
That's one of my favourite moments of the episode. That's actually a direct reference to.
I thought it's going to be a reference to something.
It's a direct reference to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
Is
Nest.
it?
Yeah, there's a character called Chief in it. He just doesn't talk.
Right. And all these doctors come swarming around with all their notepads, don't they?
There's a few references to that film in The Simpsons. In other episodes as well. You know when I think it's Homer's triple bypass. Where
What is that?
Yeah, I think it's that episode. Homer's in a hospital bed anyway. When Barney like picks up the sink and throws it through the window and runs out. That's a direct reference to
is
it
it?
as well.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, Homer says he's got to call his family.
Yeah, and he's embarrassed and he's calling them from the mental asylum because they don't know he's there yet.
And Michael says he could call him for him.
Yeah.
And Homer says, "Oh, great," and try to put a good face on it. Tell him this is one of those places where rich women lose weight. Yep, he phones the house.
Bart answers.
Joe's crematorium. You kill him, we grill him. I love those bits.
Yeah.
I love those little.
Bart comes to his own in this one.
It does. I'm not a massive fan of Bart overall, but this episode has been it has some good moments.
Yeah. And then Michael Jackson introduces himself as Michael Jackson. Bart doesn't believe him. He goes, "I'm with your father in a mental institution." Bart goes, "Is Elvis with you?" "He could be. It's a big hospital." "If you're really Michael Jackson, who were your last 4 Grammy dates?" "Brooke Shields, Diana Ross, Emmanuel Lewis and Bubbles."
Bubbles. His monkey, that is.
Yeah, and Bart goes,
"Oh, look at this stallion on his motorbike. Oh, remember, get your motor running. Head out on the highway. Born to be wild." Anyway,
let's carry on. Bart goes, "Shivery Timbers, you are Michael Jackson. Can you stay on the line whilst I get all my friends and relatives?" "I'm afraid not. Your father needs your help." "You don't want him to get a lobotomy, do you?" Lobotomy. Bart imagines what it could be like.
Oh, yeah.
With Homer just stood there on the settee, Bart causing havoc, chucking stuff across the room.
Yeah, breaks a lamp, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. "That's okay, son." Such a great moment. How does Bart know what a lobotomy is?
Yeah, I thought that.
No, there's probably a downside I don't see.
Yeah. And then Bart has to tell Marge that Homer's in a mental institute, and Marge ain't very happy as shit.
Yeah, he like moonwalks into the kitchen humming.
Yeah. This was a good moment. The "Hey Mum, Dad's in a mental institution." "Oh my God, Mother was right." And then Marge goes, "I told you kids you send your father to the crazy house. You said poor house. I said crazy house. Poor house, crazy house, poor house." And Marge just snaps, don't she? "Crazy house!" I like that bit.
Yeah. Marge calls the asylum, yeah.
Yeah. She gives them a call.
Yeah. "Hello, you have reached the New Bedlam wrongly committed hotline. All of our operators are currently busy. Please stand by." And the song that they play for the fact that all the operators are busy for the wrongly committed hotline.
Yeah.
And then the song of all songs for their hold music is "Crazy" by Patsy Cline. Crazy, written by Willie Nelson. That song was good country singer he was. Anyway, I've scrolled too far down my notes. So Homer's scared.
Yeah.
So Michael sings him songs to send him to sleep. How nice.
Yeah. He's making him feel a bit better, ain't he?
He is, and Homer's talking in his sleep. Did you get what he said in his
cakes,
sleep?
football, boobies.
It's the pancakes, football, boobies, pork rinds, waffle.
And it's going to be a long night. And then we get that the nurse is like trying to. It's like doing a little group, ain't she? Like a group session.
This moment's so good. This is actually my favourite moment of the episode. So this dude, he doesn't look. Obviously, he's just got agoraphobia, so I don't know why he's in a mental institution.
No. Can never leave his house. Can got a hard drive to work.
He's sat there. So I was working in an insurance company, right? Youngest VP in the history of the firm. Okay, the job was my life. Then one Monday morning, I got up. I couldn't leave the house. I just couldn't. Homer says, "Was the door locked?" "No, I just couldn't face what was out there." "Was it raining?" And the nurse says, "No, Homer. Dave suffers from agoraphobia, a fear of open areas and crowds. Please, Dave, go on." "Thank you. Anyway, that day, I knew I just couldn't make that long drive to work."
There's a pause, ain't there?
And Homer says, "Were you out of gas?" And the nurse's
face, yeah.
Homer is brilliant. Then there's a pause. Pfft, baby.
Yeah, Marge is trying to get him out there, ain't she? In the meanwhile, this was probably my favourite moment.
This
This
is
one.
great.
Mrs. Simpson, your husband suffers from a persecution complex, extreme paranoia, and bladder hostility. If you talk to him for 5 minutes without... And then Marge goes, if you talk to him for 5 minutes without mentioning Bart, you'd see how sane he is. And there's just a pause. And the doctor just goes, you mean there really is a Bart?
Good Lord.
Good Lord. Moments like that. Classic Simpsons, isn't it? And Homer's in the canteen eating pancakes. Yeah. And the doctor comes up to him and says, look, we've spoke to your wife. We believe that you're not a threat to yourself or others. And Homer goes, that's the most flattering thing anyone's ever said to me. Can I have it in writing? Of course. And he gives him like a certificate with not insane on it. And then Michael says to him, I'm so proud of you. And then Homer thanks him for helping him get through it.
He says, if you ever find your marbles, come visit us.
And he explains that he could come today because he's actually there voluntarily. And Homer goes, why? Back in 79, I got real depressed when my Off the Wall album just got one lousy Grammy nomination. And meanwhile, Lisa's at home and she's singing to herself on the kitchen table.
Yeah, right. So this moment...
I felt a little bit sorry for her in this one.
Yeah, but then I didn't. I did for literally a second, and then I didn't. And I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
Right, so she sat there, happy birthday, overlooked middle child. Yeah, do you know what, Lisa? It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. Yeah.
You know what, Lisa? It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa.
Yeah, you're sad. Like, no one's there for you. It's just Maggie there. Why? First of all, why have they left Maggie there on her own?
Yeah.
Second of all, your dad's in a mental hospital.
Yeah. Given the circumstances, that takes priority, don't it?
Your dad being in a mental hospital takes priority over your fucking 8th birthday. Sorry, Dad. I know Mum's going to try and wants to come and get you out, but it ain't happening today, because you know what? It's my fucking birthday. This is my birthday.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant. I thought it fucking turned into him then.
It's the hair, isn't it?
It's the hair, yeah. But yeah, you're right, mate. She's being a bit of a bitch, ain't she? Let's be honest.
That reference there was Rick Mail, Bottom. Obviously, foreign listeners, people from... Obviously, I know we've got a few listeners in Canada and elsewhere. If you're from a different country, you probably haven't seen Bottom. I implore you to find it somewhere to watch it. Because, how good is it?
It's brilliant.
How good is it? One of mine favourite Stephen programs.
One of mine favourite Stephen programs.
One of mine and Gambo's favourite programs. It's so.
No, it is really good.
So
definitely worth a watch. Very underrated.
Yeah, massively. So yeah.
Homer rings up home, though.
There was a great moment after she collapses in tears though, and Maggie's there with the like the noise maker.
Yeah.
I can't make the noise because of my voice. Homer calls home.
Bart answers again. Joe's taxidermy. You snuff them, we stuff them. And then Homer pissed off. Boy, when I get home, I'm going to wrap my hands around your neck and smother you with kisses.
Yeah, as all the doctors are looking.
Yeah. And Bart goes, whatever you got you on, cut the dose. And he goes, and I'm bringing Michael Jackson home for a few days.
Isn't that cute? He's heard of you.
Yeah. And there's basically this big thing. You can't tell anyone Michael Jackson's coming because obviously people will crowd round.
Yeah, when he says, now make sure we have plenty of cold cuts and put some beer on ice. And Michael says, Homer, I'm a vegetarian and I don't drink.
Yeah.
And Homer says, are you sure you're here voluntarily?
Homer swears Bart to secrecy that he can't tell anyone. He goes, not even Milhouse. And then as soon as Homer hangs up, Bart rings Milhouse. Hello, Milhouse, can you keep a secret? No. Oh, well, I'll tell you anyway. Michael Jackson's coming to my house. And then it all spreads around Springfield.
Michael Jackson!
Yeah, it all spreads around Springfield. Krusty the Clown, Dr. Hibbert, everyone knows. And everyone finds out he's coming, basically, and starts crowding round. It's even all over the radio. We've just been handed a bulletin from our rock and rumour department. Michael Jackson is moonwalking his way to Springfield. This is another great moment in the Quickie Mart.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, this is obviously a poo behind the counter. Yeah. Michael Jackson, such a thing happens once in a blue moon. Do I dare leave my post? And then he goes and turns the sign round.
Yeah. We never close.
To
close for the first time ever.
Yeah. Great Apu moment. Obviously, there's a running joke that he doesn't ever take a break. And And then Bart's watching TV and notices that everyone's swarming his house and there's a fucking helicopter swooping around outside.
And Joe Quimby's there.
Yeah.
He says, "This is the most exciting thing that happened to our fair town since the Dalai Lama." I can't do it because of my voice. I used to be able to do a really good Joe Quimby, couldn't I?
You did.
I can't do it at the minute. Right. So since the Dalai Lama Expressway. Sorry, since the Dalai Lama visited in 1952, and so I hereby declare that Route 401, currently known as the Dalai Lama Expressway, will be henceforth known as the Michael Jackson Expressway.
Oh, because he's coming to the town. And Ken Brockman's reporting about Homer comes out the car. The guy in the pink shirt is the father of the family, who turns out was just released from a mental hospital. Everyone's chanting, "We want Michael, we want Michael," and he comes out. And there's just a pause. And I forget who says it now, but someone just goes, "He's £300.
It's the, where is it? Oh, I've not actually got it down. It's like he's £300. He's white.
He's dressed without flair.
Yeah, he's white. Now, I had a quick check. In 1991, Michael Jackson was already white.
Really?
So that joke's a bit...
Yeah.
He was already white.
Yeah. Don't really work, does it?
it?
And Mayor cuts to Mayor Quimby, who goes, "What made me think Michael Jackson would even visit this jerk Waterberg? You owe us one, Michael Jackson."
There he is in 1991.
Oh, God, yeah, he was. I thought it was later than that.
I thought it was as well, but apparently not. I just thought I'd double check. Just because obviously that's what we do on this podcast. We just...
Fact check. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say rip the shit out of the writers. But
Yeah. Lisa comes up to Bart and says, "Bart, the entire town is howling for your blood. And before I join them, I have one question. Today's my birthday. You promised you'd get me something, and I'm afraid to ask. Maybe you should trust that instinct." And then Bart goes, "Maybe you should trust that instinct and not ask." "I thought so." And then Lisa storms off in tears, don't she?
Lisa writes Bart a letter.
Yeah. "Dear Bart, I'm using the stationery Mum and Dad gave me for my birthday to inform you that we are now brother and sister only in name. Perhaps if a professional so advises, I'll give you a hug at some far distant family reunion. But rest assured, it will be purely for show." She's so overdramatic, ain't she?
It really is. It's her 8th birthday.
It's ridiculous, really, isn't it?
Like... He's 10. What's he going to get?
Yeah.
What's the money he's got?
Yeah, exactly. Michael comes up and tries to speak to him. This explains that when he was a kid, he didn't have a lot of money. And they suggest writing a song. But Bart doesn't want to because he found out he's not the real Michael Jackson anymore.
Well, he says, "I can't write a song. I'm only 10.
Yeah.
And Michael says, "Only 10? When I was your age, I had 6 gold records."
Yeah. And Bart has a go, don't he? He sings one about Lisa that ain't very nice. I didn't actually manage to note it down because by this point my laptop had crashed. But Bart made his own little version, didn't he? It didn't really work.
Lisa, her teeth are big and green. Lisa, she smells like gasoline. Lisa, da-da-da, Lisa. She is my sister. Her birthday, I missed her. to the tune of Colonel Bogey March.
And then, but Michael Jackson says to him, "Look, we've got to get your real feelings out about her." And Bart goes, "I don't have any." And then Michael Jackson goes, "Let's go and look at her. Maybe that'll help." And then Bart goes, "Oh, she looks sad." And then Michael goes, "That's because she knows you're looking at her." And they end up writing they end up waking her up in the morning. And funny enough, he wakes up at 6 a.m. like at the start of this episode.
You get the bit where they're writing the song, and Michael's saying, "Bart, what happens to you when you turn 8?" Bart says, "Well, the training wheels come off your bike," and then we get, "The training wheels come off your bike. You start to notice boys you like." I can't do the high fit anymore. And Bart says, "You're just putting that in because it's commercial." But as you say,
They come out with a masterpiece, don't they?
Yeah, they wake Lisa up at 6 a.m. Do you remember back a couple of years ago? I came to see you in March, 2 days before my birthday. Not long after we'd started this podcast, I came to see you in Sheffield.
Yeah.
And it was our friend Neve's birthday, and we sent a recording
Yes,
of us singing
I remember.
Lisa, but obviously Neve, it's your birthday.
I remember.
That was great. That was.
Neve, it's your birthday. I do remember that actually.
Yeah. Said it made our week.
Well, there you go. Oh yeah. So yeah. moving on.
Yeah.
They sing this amazing song to as you guys all know. Should we stick it? We can stick it in, can't we?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a masterpiece for Simpsons song.
It is a masterpiece, isn't it? It's just a shame because of the circumstances of this episode that it's not shown on TV anymore. But it is a really good song. And Lisa's made up with it, ain't she? She's really pleased. She says, "Oh, Bart, this is the best present I could have ever got." And then Michael kind of changes his voice a little bit, starts speaking differently.
A little bit?
Yeah, completely.
Well, my work here is done.
And they go, "What happened to your voice?" "This is my real voice. I'm Leon Kompovsky, a bricklayer from New Jersey. All my life I was angry until one day I talked like this. All of a sudden everybody was smiling at me, so I kept on doing it. To make a tired point, which one of us is truly crazy?" And then Homer's in the doorway, he goes, "Not me," holds up his little certificate that he's got. And Lisa goes, "Bye-bye, Leon. You're a credit to dementia." And he walks off down the road singing as the credits come
Lisa,
down.
it's your birthday.
Yeah, and he's slightly raspier voice. And that's the end of the episode, isn't it?
It is the end of the episode, and do you know what? It's a good episode.
It is a good episode.
It's a great. It's an iconic episode.
It is.
It's a shame it's not shown.
It's just a
anymore,
shame
because I don't get why they pulled it from syndication. I get that all this shit happened. What?
I can understand if I own a TV channel, I won't be showing it either to avoid the shit.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? You can't just pull everything that offends people. The shit came to light years and years ago.
Yeah.
There was a massive court case in like the early 90s, not long after this episode. Like actually came out. Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
And it went on. I think it's just.
You can't just make a documentary about something you want pulling, then have it pulled. Like it's the same with the Apu shit. Like, my obviously, you know, my dad's Scottish. My dad's from Scotland. So by that logic, my dad could make a documentary about how groundskeeper Willie's offensive, and have him pulled.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I ain't gonna do that. Groundskeeper Willie's one of my favourite characters. He's great. It's satire.
That's the whole show. The whole show is that.
And there'll be plenty of like Indian people who really like Apu because it's satire. It isn't what. And at the end of the day, Apu was a hard-working man.
A hard-working man, dedicated to his family.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, as much as you can be.
Well, he cheated on his wife.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? But very hard-working, nevertheless.
Yeah, it was very hard, unbelievably hard-working.
He got Luigi as well. I mean, Homer in himself.
Homer himself is a stereotypical American man. He's an everyman, isn't he? And then Fat Tony.
Yeah.
Italian Americans.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That is all The Simpsons is. It's satire.
With the Apu thing recently, I mean, I think it's just a massive shame.
It is all
if you put the Michael Jackson episode to one side, they are slightly different issues, but the Apu thing, I think, is ridiculous.
They are different issues, but there's no reason. It's not even credited as Michael Jackson.
No.
You can't pull everything that has Michael Jackson in it off. There ain't no Michael Jackson, and there never was.
No, yeah. It's a very highly debated issue. It was when it came out, when it was said that this episode was not going to be circulated anymore, because it's not even circulated on the DVDs anymore.
No, it's not on Disney Plus.
Not on Disney Plus, not on the DVDs. It's completely basically if you've not bought it by now, you're not going to have it. I'm not one of these people who's like, oh, he didn't do it because I'm a massive fan of Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's obvious. You know, all the evidence is there.
Yeah.
It's fucking obvious. It happened, didn't it?
And it's terrible.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And it's fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't discredit what someone did in that someone's professional life is different from their personal life.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he's not around anymore. He died 10 years ago, more than 11 years ago, and it's not like he's getting royalties from it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that would be a bit different.
I could see both sides really to this one. I really can. I think it's such a difficult subject.
It's a bit of a different thing with obviously things like Gary Glitter and his.
That's what I mean. If you compare it to
song.
Jimmy Savile, for example, I mean, you would never accept. I don't want to accept it if he was on TV again.
Yeah, but the thing is, when Jimmy Savile was on TV, it was Jimmy Savile. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jimmy Savile.
Shake and not
Jimmy Savile. Shake and not stir. It was Jimmy Savile's program. It was Jim will fix it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was. That was him. That was his thing.
Yeah.
This is an episode.
Oh yeah, you also got to remember a lot of the times when he did commit his crimes was in that studio.
Yeah,
was in his actual
I think
program.
it's a bit of a different.
No, it's different. It is different.
I understand what you're saying. Because things like you say, Jimmy Savile, and like Gary Glitter's Christmas song, that's not played anywhere anymore.
No.
Because you don't want him to get royalties from it. Do you know what I mean?
No. Yeah.
Because you shouldn't be getting royalties from anything. Anyway, let's stop talking about paedophiles and let's talk about some happy shit. What happy shit have you got to talk about, Gambo? Let's say on some public natter.
Happy shit.
Yeah. Just anything that's not about nonsense, basically.
Well, actually, I'll give you a bit of credit on this one, Zach. For my birthday, my good friend Zach got me an Xbox One, and it's a bit of a story, weren't it? Because I'd never moved on from my 360, did I? And I was still at home playing all my old games offline. And everyone from work was all playing at the end of work every day. Was all going on card and things, and I could never get involved because I didn't have an Xbox One. And out of nowhere on my birthday, I didn't see it coming at all. Zach got me an Xbox One. And over the last couple of weeks, we've been having some great fun on it. It's been like travelling back in time, hasn't it?
Any time we could get a spare moment, we've been. Well, I mean, today when we were waiting for your mum to finish with the car, I messaged her like, one game before she comes back. Literally, I'm like, 20 minutes?
Yeah, and it's still brilliant. Yeah,
it was.
So yeah, that's probably one of the best things that's happened to me in ages. I mean, I've had a great time on it. Because at home, when I've been sat there bored in the living room, I'm on COD now, getting up my levels. So no, I've been having
a good time.
We've been having a good time.
You told a story on the last take of the podcast.
What was it? What story was it?
The lake story.
Lake story, yes.
Yeah, so I've got a story to tell still.
So obviously, guys, I've been in Switzerland for the last few months. Recently got back. I've got a lot of stories from it. I'm going to drip the stories into each podcast. I'm not doing them all in one go, so there's loads. But one of the stories is one of the most scary ones. I'm quite an outdoorsy person, and whilst I was in Switzerland, I took every opportunity I could to go on a hike. And my friend from uni, Connie, who went to Switzerland with me, she wasn't so much into the hikes as me, but every day I'd pester her to go on. Every weekend I'd be like, come on, get up, it's rising to shine, it's time for these hikes.
Fucking hate you, are. You're like Lisa, you are.
Yeah, like, come on, it's time to go. And now she said she was very grateful that I did that because she wouldn't have done anything otherwise. But at the time it was annoying, I admit it. But when she was on them, she was enjoying it. So all through the warmer weather, we went on these hikes every weekend. It was so good, I love it. And I was a bit obsessed with these hikes towards the end, and I was still something I wanted to do in the last few weeks. And in the last few weeks, it got really cold and really snowy. But I was like, no, we've got 3 more to do. Come on, we've got to do them. So it was in the final week, and I was like, right, no, the second to last week, we've got to do this hike. Connie said to me, no, it's quite snowy, Stephen. I don't know if it's a good idea. I was like, no, we've both got snow boots. Come on, we'll be fine. We've got to use them. So there we did. We set off on this hike. Got on the train. Got off at the start of the hike, and then we took a bit of a detour through this forest. And I don't really think that was probably where we went wrong for starters. We walked through this forest for about an hour, and we got lost, and we were going through this forest for about an hour, and we got lost. Long story short, and I said, "Look, we need to get back to the road." So there I was on my phone trying to find the road. It was in the distance. I was like, "Nope, we're going to walk in this direction. We'll get back to the road." That was the priority, to get back on track. Anyway, we walked down this massive long slope. It was really, really steep. It took us like half an hour to get down this slope. It was that icy and that steep. We finally got to the bottom of it. Then I went striding along this field in the direction that we're supposed to be going in. So I was striding along, come on, Connie, we're nearly there. And we got halfway through this field, and Connie just said, "Stop." I was like, "What?" She said, "Just stop a minute." I was like, "What?" And I was like, what on earth could it be? And Connie just said, "Look at the floor." And I looked down, and below me, below me was a frozen lake that we'd accidentally walked on without realising. And humans and frozen lakes are a dangerous mix, as I'm sure you've probably guessed. So there I was. It was like -3, -4. We were on this frozen lake, and I just thought, shit. I felt my heart drop, and we just had to fucking... Because at that point, I thought, I could go through this, and that could be curtains for me. So I was like, right. Because you've seen it in films when they go under the ice and they can't get out. It's a nightmare. It's nightmarish, isn't it?
Nightmare fuel, that is, yeah.
Yeah, so we both slowly walked to the side, and we had to go all the way back up that slope that we'd got down, all the way back up that, another half hour going back up that. Then we just went home and went to the zoo instead, because we just fucked it. And I admitted defeat. I'd bit off more than I could chew with that hike. and it was my own fault for trying to do too much. I partly wish I went the other way round. Poland first, Switzerland second, because then I could have done all this outdoorsy stuff in the proper nice weather. But I had a great time nevertheless. You got any public matter, mate?
I've got a story about when I almost died.
Go on.
So, quickly, just before I go on to this one, ladies and gentlemen, from September, no more remote podcasts. I'm heading back up to Sheffield when Stephen does.
Yes.
So, no more remote podcasts from September. Obviously, we're in January now. We've got about 8 months, but I am heading back up.
Yeah, he's going back. He's going back. He's going back to Sheffield. We're going to be on the lash quite a lot. We're going to get back on the podcast grind.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
It's going to be good. Anyway, so, back in August, I went off to France.
Yes.
This is a good story, man. This is a good story. It's good to tell now. It wasn't good back then. So, I say I almost died. I didn't necessarily almost die. Still a scary moment. Still a scary little while. So, I've mentioned on the podcast before, I was seeing someone before for about a year. Names don't need to be mentioned. But I went to see her in France. She went off to work with kids, which was a great opportunity. She went off to work with kids in France. So I went to see her in August, about 2 months after she left. And I went there, and on the last day, the day I was supposed to come back, I phoned up for a taxi, obviously using the very little amount of French I know, basically bonjour, je m'appelle un croissant. And there was three. I was in the middle of nowhere. There was 3 taxi firms that I could have gone on. I could have gone with because there's 3 there. Basically, 'cause I was in the middle of nowhere. So I phoned the first one. They were like, "Nah, we're not taking you there." Obviously, a bit of French accent. And I phoned the second one. They were like, "Nah, I'm not taking you." This is funny because these people are taking me from there to here. And then I phoned the third one.
It was bizarre. That was.
Yeah.
You're offering to give them money.
Mm-hmm. And I phoned the third one, and they were like, "Yeah, I'll get to you in half an hour." So I was like, "Oh, half an hour? That's that's cutting it a bit fine." Cutting it a bit fine, but I'll make it to the ferry in time, surely. And then half an hour goes by, and he's still not here. And I thought, "Oh, wait another 15 minutes," cause then it's like desperate. And then I waited the extra 15 minutes, and he never turned up. Fuck me. I was shitting it. I wasn't allowed to stay with my partner at the time, who was in a caravan. But I snuck in there with her, and I was on the bed playing Pokemon on my DS. This is about 5 o'clock in the afternoon at this point. I pretty much spent the whole day just out in the sun. Sun and me is a dangerous mix. I burn easily. So I'm there, I'm being deadly silent, I'm playing Pokemon on my DS. And then all of a sudden, the person she's living with in this caravan comes in, and she goes, "What are you doing here?" I'm saying, "I'm playing Pokemon." And she's like, "Well, why are you here?" I was like, "I ain't got nowhere else to go." She goes, "I don't want you here." And she goes, "You can't be here." And I'm like, "Right, okay, I'll let Gemma know." So I texted her, and I'll mention her name, done now, innit? And I texted her, and she gave back to me. And then all of a sudden, someone else comes into the caravan. She was like, "You know, you can't be here. You're in the wrong caravan." I was like, "Nope." And she was saying to me like, "Oh no, you can't be here. You need to go." So I was like, "Right, fine. I'll fucking leave then. I'll just go out on my own." So at this point, I have nowhere to stay.
Bit of a nightmare, weren't it? At this
I
stage?
have nowhere to stay whatsoever. And I had to borrow money from my brother to get home the next day, the next morning. So I ended up sleeping in a public shower cubicle. Sleeping. I was hiding from security at this point as well, because they were trying to get me out of the camp. So I was hiding on golf courses and behind trees. And it was horrible. It was horrible. It was horrid. And then I get to... I ended up in this public shower cubicle. I'm there for ages. I leave the camp at 5:30 in the morning to get to this ferry, because I'm not just in taxi, I'm just going to walk it. So I walked it.
At that stage, no chances of being taken, were they?
I get to the train station, and the train is delayed by an hour. I'm shitting it. I'm like, fuck, I've missed my ferry again. I borrowed money from my brother. None of my family had any more money left. I was like, fuck. I'm fucked. I'm absolutely fucked. And my granddad rings me. He's like, I heard you're having a bit of a mare. I was like, yeah, I am. My granddad sent me all this money to get me back. And thank God he did. We, and in the end, I ended up doing pretty much a cross-country trip around France. And it took me 36 hours to get home.
I still don't know how you did it, mate.
There was a point I was ready to die. I thought, fuck it, that's it now.
Everyone was worried.
Yeah, my mum still don't know about it. If
No.
you listen to this podcast, Mum, there you go. I slept in a public shower table for a night.
Not the best, was it? Let's be honest, mate.
It wasn't the best.
Bit of a stressful situation, but you got you home in the end.
Yeah, I got home in the end.
It's put you off travelling, though, isn't
it? It's put me off travelling on my own.
Yeah.
I can't do it on my own anymore. I can't.
You'll be able to eventually.
I don't know. That's a traumatic experience, that is.
Yeah.
Man. I had like barely any food. I literally had a bag of Doritos for that 36 hours. That's all I had. Actually, no, that's not true. I bought some food for the ferry because I thought that's all the Schrumpfs or whatever they were. Do you remember?
Yeah, the Schrumpfs.
the Haribo Smurfs, like the Schrumpfs.
That made me laugh when you sent me that. After all this anguish, you can still laugh about that.
It was a stressful situation, but it's a story now.
It is.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, on that, we have been recording for 56 minutes now.
It's been a good one.
It's been a very good... I've enjoyed this podcast.
We've actually recorded on 2 different devices this time, guys. We're taking nothing to chance.
Yeah, but to be fair, you had your fucking... You had it in between your legs for half of it.
I was just thinking, I completely forgot that it was recording on my phone and I was fiddling with it. So, if it goes a bit muffled, we'll just have to mix them together. But whatever happens, we've got 2 recordings.
Will we?
Yeah.
It's good for you to say, the person who sits by whilst I edit it.
We've got 2 devices recording, guys. If these 2 have failed to record, then I'm shutting down the podcast because that's just that. I think that if these 2 fail to record, that'll be God's way of telling us not to do the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a great one.
Quick shout out to Uncle Mo's family feedback. So with all the excitement of getting back on, I forgot to give him a shout out. Keep listening to them, guys. They're recording. The episodes are coming out constantly. They're doing better than we are.
They're putting us to shame at the
minute.
minute.
They are putting us to shame. The Sheffield boys bigging up the bigging up the city. But yeah, they're good. They're good men. They're keep listening to them. They're good. And
oh yes,
keep listening to them, guys. If you want to hear my sultry voice on in your ears a little bit more, I won't be shouting on that one. In February time, I will be recording with the 411 folks. We're the 411 folks. I will be recording with Uncle Mo's family feedback.
That'll be exciting. It'll cross over.
I can't tell you anything just yet, but keep your ears open for that one. I'll put a post up on the page once that's up. So.
Yeah. So keep your eyes and ears peeled, guys. And just before we go, if you've liked this podcast, if you like us, if you got any ideas, I've got to say it, mate. I've got to say it. It's the first one back. Let us know. Please let us know, guys. Because all joking aside, we do appreciate it when people do let us know.
Appreciate it.
So on that note,
we'll see you hopefully next week.
Au revoir. Bye bye.
Bye bye.